Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to the School of Science. My name is Luke and this is the Everton Stadium update, the Hill Dickinson Stadium update for the 18th of July 2025. Now, going over everything today, I have actually made some notes and I've just covered some areas that I know a lot of people are sort of unsure about. So the first one being the Everton Crests. Now you're going to have 4 of them. You're going to have 2 on the east, 2 on the west. Basically northeast, southeast, northwest, southwest. Now, the thing is with these, I personally thought these were going to be backlit. This isn't going to be the case. These are going to be self-illuminated, and they are going to be self-illuminated white. Don't expect them to have the RGB capabilities. This is mostly down to the fact that when it comes to RGB, I know this one from personal experience, the LED diodes seem to actually falter quite often. You can even see this with one of the videos last week. So when we were flying around, especially around the west stand, you see all like the nice little blue halo on the aluminium facade. And one of them is like a sort of pale yellow. And that's down to the fact that one of the diodes is actually faulted on it. Also, there's a whole hoo-ha with the city council. Apparently you can't have a blue lit logo because it's going to clash with the whole aesthetics of the area. Yeah. Also, another one, the Everton Megasaur. I did actually try and have a little chat with one of the stewards as well earlier this week when that's meant to be open and everything. They're still unsure when that's going to be open. They're hoping it's before the 3rd test event, but you know, time will tell. Time will tell. That was actually meant to be opened by just after the end of the season. In all honesty, this whole thing was meant to be opened by just before the end of the end of last season. So you could actually have a little wander around, but that's not been the case, just due to unforeseen situations that have happened throughout the building process. But yeah, so this big piece here on the south stand, that Hill Dickinson sign is also going to be illuminated, again, white, obviously. And apparently it's meant to be 70 meters wide. That is bloody wide, isn't it? Also, there's another one that has been brought to my attention. So there's actually going to be another Hill Dickinson logo, and it's not just the one on the roof either. Apparently, on the east and west stands, where you can see, the best way for me to say it, so you've got like the anthracite sort of facade in here on the top end. It's basically between the aluminium barrel cladding and the set of windows. So like that section of windows there, in between there, they're going to have a smaller Hill Dickinson Stadium logo, or whether it's just Hill Dickinson. I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like it's a little bit too much in all honesty. I feel like they just need to sort of clean that area off. I mean, you know what? Why can't we have an Everton one? Just have an Everton across there. Because you've got Hill Dickinson on the east and west. You've got a big Hill Dickinson sign on the south. Can we not have some more Everton stuff? I get it. They're sponsoring us and everything, and I know a lot of blue-collar people don't really know what Hill Dickinson is. So just to give you a little bit of clarity of who they are. So they are a solicitor/lawyer firm, and they specialize in basically industry law as well as maritime law. They're very, very big around the city. But the thing is, a lot of people who've watched this, most people are blue-collared. If you are someone who works in maritime, if you're one of the office people of a maritime company, or whether you are someone who works close with, you know, like solicitors, debt collectors and all people like them who have to work with the law, or well, work with lawyers, Hill Dickinson is very prevalent in them sorts of areas. So I know a lot of people have been like, oh, but what's so special about them and all this and that. That's what I mean. But yeah, so also just a quick one as well while we're going over this lovely little piece here on the top. So apparently this brand in itself, it's not painted on. It's not painted on from what I've been told. It's actually adhered on with Ultra Tack adhesive. And it's 100 meters wide by 7 meters tall. Just in case anyone wants to actually know about that. It's a bit of a curious one to know about. But yeah, so before we carry on, I would like to say a massive thank you also to my Cup of Coffee members here. So they are Peter Roberto, David Hughes and Shirley. If you want to be like these guys and get your name in the banner below, why not become a part of the School of Science TV's cup of coffee tier? Less than £1 a month, and it helps this channel massively, believe it or not. So your little contributions like these actually help me improve hardware, software, stuff like that. Even just general stuff like my webcam, microphones, bits like that. Also backdrops. So yeah, so back to what we were saying. So, looking over this all right now, we're very close to being done. It is so close that you can almost taste it. Just think, in about 3 weeks' time, we'll be having our third test event. And it's going to be against Roma. Now, an interesting one that was actually mentioned as well. If this exceeds about 46,000 fans, this will be the biggest Everton home game attendance in the 21st century. Now, it's weird for me to say it like that. Sorry, it's the biggest Everton home game in the 21st century if it exceeds 46,000 fans. It's weird for me to say that, but when you think about it, Goodison Park itself, its limit was 39,400, if I'm not mistaken. So for us to now be getting over that, and obviously this is mostly down to the fact that it was reduced after seats were installed and everything, because back in the day you could get probably 60 to 70,000 crammed into Goodison Park. But because you now got seats, it actually limits the capacity a little bit. It's a weird one to think about, but hey ho. Apparently, I think it was a Merseyside derby as well. It was our biggest ever home game, and I think it was like nearly 80,000 people. So yeah, so if the safe standing thing gets approved in here and it goes up to 62,000, we're going to break another little long-standing record. But yeah, guys, it's been a bit of a weird one today. I'm sorry. I'm using like notes on my computer as well as going over things that I'm seeing as well. So, if this is a little bit all over the show, I do apologise in that regard. But in any case, I'd like to thank you all so much for your continued support and watching this video. If you liked it, you know what to do. If you want to suggest anything to the channel, put it down in the comment section below. Also, if you're new to the channel, why not hit that subscribe button? It's greatly appreciated and shows that you want to support the channel a little bit further. Also, don't forget to share it with your friends, family and other Evertonians. Put it on your groups. If you've got like a little Reddit group or whether you've got a Facebook group, put it in there. It's all massively appreciated. But in any case, guys, enjoy the rest of the week. Take care, up the freaking toffees, and peace.